So I have to say, I am impressed. I am impressed at how ADA is doing this cycle, not from necessarily an X perspective, right? That's the way a lot of people look at it. They'll say ADA is not performing well, all these things. But I'm impressed at how consistent ADA is from cycle to cycle. We're doing the exact same thing from a price structure standpoint. But really the thing to focus on is how we're doing in comparison to BTC. And right now we are seeing the exact same move play out for ADA that led us towards this big run up for the last part of the cycle. And I want to show you guys this. Now, I believe we talked about this slightly before. And what we had last cycle was this point where ADA truly emerged and started to gain dominance versus BTC. And really it happened at about the time of the halving. You guys can see that we started climbing, kind of gaining some dominance, coming back down, testing our trend line. And we finally had this point where ADA had its breakout from the trend, its throwback, and its emergence, right? We broke out slightly, we came back down, and then it emerged. Yes, it came back down and tested the trend line back here, right? But that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about essentially this launch point for ADA. Now, when we fast forward to this cycle, we're doing the exact same thing. You know, we had our slight breakout above here. We actually had a huge emergence versus BTC back in December. Gained a lot of ground, a lot of dominance, but we did exactly what we had to do at that point. This kind of run back down here, this drop, getting back down to test our trend line back here before taking off. Now, where ADA is at currently is it is in fact starting its takeoff. It may not look like much right now. It may look small, but when you look at what is going on here in the charts, you guys can see that breakout, retested the trend line, and now it's starting to launch again. In fact, when we look at what ADA is doing today, even though BTC is kind of sitting right about that 50K range, moving a little bit, ADA is gaining in a big way. Now, it's not to say we won't face retracements or resistance or things like that along the way. I just want to point out the simple fact that when we look at what started this for ADA last time is what's happening again back here. Now, could this also be what's happening back here too? Same structure? Sure, it could. But what I'm seeing here with this early emergence, where back here we were still trying to test our trend line, it wouldn't surprise me if we did something bigger like this back here. This could be the start again of this bigger move here. So it wouldn't surprise me if this ends up getting a little bit higher, a little bit further into this emergence here. Again, we're now starting to get into, you know, alt season where alts are in fact moving a little faster versus BTC. But know this, regardless of what happens here, these moves are going to take time. It's not a quick shot to the upside. We're not a meme coin. It does take time to grow. But it's nice to see, again, this strength building, this structure staying consistent in terms of ADA. And this really goes and speaks to that point that I've said many times. Retail is what dominates ADA. When retail sentiment is negative, we're going to drop. When retail sentiment is positive, we're going to climb. And now that the market is starting to show a little bit of stability, possibly a little bit of strength here, you're going to see a lot of that outside retail money start to flow back in. This is historically when it happens. It historically has led us to better times in the market. And this is why I think we still have a long runway ahead in terms of this market cycle. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts, see if you think that this is going to remain consistent, but I appreciate you as always. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.